Okay, so this is basically just a memo reminder to myself, a video reminder of all the things I want to keep, I still need to do on this project. So, here's what we got. So this is obviously supposed to be the generator area. I want to add some more stuff to this, because these angles are very smooth, and I kind of want to get them a little more angular. Because I think that's a little more like the aesthetic for Warhammer. What else we got? I might want to add some wires here to connect this to this, and these to this. So that needs a little bit more work. Sewer pipe, more or less done. Well, except for I'll have to clean it. This, I want to add a little bit more bulk to here. I'm going to smooth that out because that's going to be a little like porthole. So this is all going to be metal, and then this will be the area you can look in and see what the chemicals are. Okay, I want to strengthen these with maybe something to put over top of it to just smooth out those transitions a little bit. That more or less looks fine. Obviously I'll have to do some cleanup. Might want to do a little bit more to this base, but I'm not sure. There. Okay, the ammo area is looking pretty good. We might throw some more stuff up top in this area. That's my little gun there. But yeah, I just want to basically make this storage area a little more full. Maybe use some more of the vertical area there. This is the entrance. So this is all going to be concrete. So I want to, or you know, that's what it's going to be painted like. So the idea is this is all concrete. This is the actual thing. Ramps looking good. I have a couple things that might work as lights that I might put here. Just to make it like a walkway entrance with some nice lighting. This I'm kind of thinking is an automated security system, so I might add, I'm going to bulk that out a little. Okay, for each of the fans, I want to build a little box here with one of those big sideways switches, like emergency shutdown switches. So I want one on each of these three. This is... Okay, so for this, I want to cut, again, these are a little too smooth, so I want to make it a little bit more angular. I'm going to put maybe a piece of sprue that runs from here all the way down, connect a little bit more. I might put something here, like I might put some more guardrails, or I might put like a folding ramp, because this could be like a cargo elevator or something. Not sure, still thinking on that. So that's kind of the bottom. The other thing I want to do is obviously extend all of this out, but there's no point in doing that until I have the insides done and complete. That is all I need to work on for that. One second. And so this is the second area, or the second floor. I want to, okay, so this is a big chemical area, and I kind of filled it in with these giant blast doors. So I kind of want to make this, first of all, above the doors. I want to add a section inside, above the doors. Doors swing out. This needs bulkhead up here so that it actually has a, you know, like the door actually connects to a door frame kind of thing. It is still open air because it's kind of silly to have giant blast doors on something that's technically open air, but I'd also like to add maybe one of the fans that I cut out. So I did cut one of the fans. So I'm going to put the fan up here in this area. I want to run another hose here to connect there. So that fills up this area, plus incorporates this into that. Again, I want to put some, yeah, you can tell these connection points are very great. That was actually supposed to be glued in there, so I'm gonna have to do a little repair work there. There's a cat. Hi, cat. Okay, so for this, like I said, I want to put a hose there from there to there. This I think is mostly fine. This, I want to find a way to end that catwalk right around here. Maybe something a little more. I mean, it could just end here and that could be the way it is, but I might kind of want to add something that will make it more final. This I want to cut. I want to cut this, but I want to put something here that indicates that this half will be metal and this half will be glass, and then you can put the, like I'll have sort of a color, like I'll paint on something that makes it look like there's a colorful liquid inside. That'll be whatever the chemical is they're using. This is fine. This, I don't have a problem with. This is working pretty well. It's weird how much this glue stuff doesn't work. This area here I need to add something because it's really plain and flat. So we'll work on something there, and like I said, probably stick that other fan maybe on the side here or up here. These are mostly fine. Like I said, bulkhead up top, and I would maybe add some scratches in the floor so that it makes it look like it's very heavy to move. These are fine. These are the platforms for the ladders. They're looking pretty good. So this huge section here is very empty. Still haven't had any idea what to put into it. I'm thinking that this might be an area where I put whatever disaster befell this place. So I might make this, I might put a bunch of stuff in here and then make it look like it's exploded. Therefore it was abandoned. Therefore that's why it's currently got a temple on the top. And then this section here is, again, the fan. And we're right back at the beginning here. The only other thing is I want to, unlike this, which will have a very definite border, this area I'm going to put something in here, obviously for safety reasons, but it might not be as, you know, specific and as this. I do have something that sort of clamps on here, so I might put those every couple of feet. And that's it for there. What do we got going on up here? So, again, the fan. I'm gonna put here. Okay, here. Here and here. What I want to do is take my tiny little drill tiny little holes, put very tiny little wires in here, and run it to here. So that these two connect, and sort of that makes this, whatever this weird ass computer section is, a little bit more apparent. Because I built this, but I really didn't have a plan for it. But I think sort of, there's things in Warhammer lore like cogitators and stuff, so that would kind of make sense to have that here. This area, so we got a hinge here. I'm gonna put a hinge here, so then I have two hinges. It actually looks like it will work as a, you know, drawbridge kind of area. I don't know if I'm going to put any sort of sophisticated safety stuff here, or if it's just a case of, well, better step lively. Here I want to put a screen crossing from here to here, like a square screen, to make that a little more interesting. Because right now it doesn't, like, it looks like a hole instead of like a computer terminal or anything. This is looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'll see what it looks like when it gets primed. I need to fix it. These big server stacks are looking fine. I don't see any problem. Pretty happy with them so far. Again, that's that. Okay, so this section here, a couple things I want to do. And I dropped that. That is a piece I found recently that looks really nice as a, you know, a door, but you know, a blast door, slightly different blast door. So I'm kind of thinking this will be the entrance into the furnaces of the forge, which makes this sort of decontamination area make more sense. I need a door frame to put it on, and a couple other bits and pieces. Again, I can put a little bit of tiny screen in there, so that looks kind of makes sense. The only issue is obviously that right there is what it's behind, so you kind of have to fake the fact that it isn't actually a door to anywhere. So I think I want a decent sized door frame so it looks sort of like an airlock, so that the fact that you can't see directly into the furnace kind of makes sense. Decontamination area is looking good. This here, I'm really hoping it takes paint well. I put a few divots in it, cut a few holes, just made it more wear and tear on it. This would obviously be something they added after the place was abandoned. So just kind of add shade or whatever. Who knows? Who knows what their thinking was? I don't pretend to know, because I'd have to make it up on the fly. So again, this area looks fine. Let's move on to the top. Okay, what I need here, take this putty that I was using here, add it up here so that it looks like a, you know, stone structure, something that's been carved out of stone. Other than that, clean up a bit. I want to, and obviously down here I'm gonna have to either continue this or stop at some point and change materials for what's there. I could totally see these sort of coming to an end and then just a bunch of these, you know, half hanging on. Yeah, like I was saying, fix that structure. These are all pretty good. The only thing is I have a bunch of weird looking faces, like the Warhammer sprues. Like I have a bunch of figures that had weird faces that you glue on, but they would look good as sort of like metal or golden masks hanging on the sides of these. So I want to add that. One of the things I've been meaning to add for literally weeks now, but I always seem to forget to do it. Other than that, mostly this top is pretty good. This is what I want to add to the roof, though, which is this sort of, there's a better look at it. In focus, please. So it's sort of a chaos looking, you know, mutated chaos space marine that's also been, you know, turned into a cyborg kind of situation. So sort of like Hellbrutes or Dreadnoughts for Space Marines. So I want to add a little something to this top area here so that it is, like, I'll probably just putty it in and then maybe add some science fiction-y looking Guga. And then down here I want this, there's going to be a bunch of wires running between, you know, him here and here, but I also want to run at least 1 or 2 wires down to here. So next to the blast door, I want to just maybe add some computery looking stuff that can run one of the wires into here. Not 100% sure on what yet, but when I get to it, I'll figure it out. Still got plenty of junk left. And then I think it's pretty good. That is a pretty full list of the things I need to finish here. And then I need to clean the glues, you know, bits and pieces off, and sand down anything like this so that I don't have tiny writing on it everywhere, because that's really going to be a problem when I get to painting. And in general, other than that, I think I want to do, you know, some more scuffing up of the environments. Make it look a little more older and run down. Maybe put some holes in here and here, you know, wherever, to make it look like it's been used for target practice, that kind of thing. But other than that, I think it'll almost be time to start painting, which will be a whole other nightmare. But that's it. That's the tour. That's the things I need to finish. And I'll let you know. I'll post again when I get closer.